String theory is a theoretical framework in physics that aims to provide a unified description of all fundamental forces and particles in nature. It suggests that the basic building blocks of the universe are not point-like particles but tiny, vibrating strings. These strings can be open-ended or closed loops, and their vibrations determine the properties and behavior of particles. Here is an overview of the key concepts and features of string theory. Background: string theory emerged in the late 20th century as an attempt to reconcile two major theories in physics: general relativity, which describes gravity on a large scale, and quantum mechanics, which describes the behavior of particles on a small scale. String theory proposes that the fundamental constituents of matter are not particles but rather tiny, one-dimensional strings. Multidimensional space: string theory requires the existence of more than the familiar four dimensions, three spatial dimensions and one time dimension, of our everyday experience. It postulates that there are extra spatial dimensions, usually 6 or 7, curled up or compactified at scales too small to be detected by current experiments. These extra dimensions provide the necessary mathematical framework for string theory to work. Vibrating strings: the strings in string theory can vibrate in different modes, and these vibrations determine the properties of the particles they represent. The specific vibrational patterns give rise to different particle types, such as quarks, electrons, photons, and gravitons. Thus, string theory provides a unified framework for describing all particles and forces. Supersymmetry: supersymmetry is a key concept in string theory. It proposes a symmetry between fermions, particles with half-integer spin, and bosons, particles with integer spin. Supersymmetry helps resolve some theoretical issues and provides a potential solution to the hierarchy problem, which addresses why the gravitational force is so much weaker than other fundamental forces. String interactions: in string theory, the interactions between particles are understood as the interaction and merging of strings. The mathematics of string theory describes how strings can split, join, and interact with one another. These interactions correspond to the exchange of virtual particles, which mediate forces in the standard model of particle physics. String landscape: string theory predicts a vast number of possible solutions, known as the string landscape. Each solution corresponds to a different configuration of the extra dimensions and other properties of the universe. This leads to a rich variety of possible universes, each with its own physical laws and properties. The challenge is to find a way to select the correct solution that matches our observed universe. Challenges and research: string theory is a highly complex and mathematically demanding framework. Despite its promise, it has not yet made definitive experimental predictions that can be tested directly. Researchers are actively exploring the theory's implications and predictions through mathematical investigations, computational simulations, and connections to other areas of physics, such as black holes, cosmology, and quantum field theory. It's worth noting that string theory is still an active area of research, and many aspects of the theory are not yet fully understood. Nevertheless, it continues to attract significant attention from physicists due to its potential to unify the fundamental forces of nature and provide a consistent framework for understanding the fundamental nature of the universe.